Are we here? Are we alive? Are you here? Am I here? Are we actually here? I think we're here. Let's get some game audio. There we go. Hello, everybody. Good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you're in the world. Hi, Luminously here, and welcome back to more Elden Ring, which we began playing through just a couple of days ago. And as you can see, I'm streaming on a different day and at a different time, because this game is so massive that it's going to need these extra streams here on weekdays, just for me to tackle the whole thing within a reasonable amount of time. And to be truthful, just between you and me, I really want to play more Elden Ring, so, you know, just sneaking in 3 streams of Elden Ring this week. I'm not gonna do 4 streams of Elden Ring per week. As much as I want to do that, I also think it's important to have, you know, some freedom there for playing other games. But yes, welcome in everyone. It's so lovely to see you all around. Hope you're all doing alright. As soon as I go live with Elden Ring, people come flooding and they're like, you know, this is the game, this is the Souls-like that gets people to go, oh my gosh, I gotta tune in. So welcome into stream, everyone. It's so lovely to see you all around. Hello to Tacticus, hello Soroka, hello Decaf Leon, hello Melissa, hello Moon, hello V, and hello Leda, and of course, hello to any lurkers and VOD watchers. Hope you're all having a good one as well. I'm doing great because I get to play Elden Ring. That's all you need to know about me. So we are still in the early game. We are still in the first region of the game, Limgrave, and although the game has been pointing us towards Stormvale Castle as our next major destination, we aren't gonna go there just yet, because there's a lot of things to do here in Limgrave. I've decided for this playthrough that I'm just gonna have like a convenient checklist on standby, because if you know me, I love finding everything in Souls games. You've seen it when I played Dark Souls Remastered, you've seen it when I played Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin, you saw it when I played Dark Souls 3. I want to pick up everything, I want to find every single NPC, I want to try and do every single NPC questline, I want to do every single boss in the game, of which there's over 200 of them, from what I remember. So safe to say that this is going to be a full, complete playthrough of Elden Ring, probably even 100% completion. Aside from the endings, I know that there's multiple achievements for all the endings of the game, and unless you, like, copy your save file on PC, then, you know, you're obviously only going to be able to get 1 ending per run. So yeah, this is gonna be the be-all, end-all Elden Ring playthrough, and I'm trying to be as thorough as I can here, so I actually wrote down a couple of things that I want to accomplish in this stream tonight, so we will be getting all of those things done. We're gonna go through that list one by one. Of course, you know, we're gonna explore a whole bunch as well. You know, there are some things that I don't have on my list of things to do, so there's a lot of things that I'm hoping to get done in this stream. Will we get it all done? Probably not, but hey, at least we can get a couple of things off my list. Yeah, welcome into stream as well, Marky. It's lovely to see you around. Hope you have a lovely sleep-a-chin lurk. Elden Ring Marky %, let's go. I mean, that's kind of how I've played every Souls game up to this point, Marky. I have always done my best to do everything that I can within a single playthrough of the game. Not necessarily collecting everything, because sometimes things aren't relevant for my build. Like, I'm not going to go and buy every single sorcery from a merchant if I'm not a sorcerer, but I do plan to do as many NPC quest lines as I can, doing all bosses, of course, and just being as thorough as I can. And because typically you need to go to New Game Plus to 100% most Souls games. So that is for me to do off stream. But yeah, these first playthroughs, I like to be as thorough as I can. And I hope that you all will enjoy that. Okay, that is enough from me. Let's boot off a save file. I'll check my list of things to do, and we'll get started with that. Yes, the Elden Ring arc has started, exactly. We're going through the entire base game. We're going to go through the entire base game up to the final boss, and we're going to stop the base game before the final boss, so that we can go and play the DLC, because as you can see, the bottom right corner, it says Shadow of the Erd Tree. I have the DLC expansion. We're trying to do everything. We're trying to do as much of everything as we can. Alright. There we go. So I did actually boot up the game earlier today just to put some markers down of things that I wanted to get done in this stream. And if we zoom out here, you'll see I have a whole bunch of green stamps here of notable things within Limgrave, because trying to find everything just by naturally exploring is going to be incredibly difficult. So I like just having a couple of waypoints of things to check out. Put some markies down, exactly. Now, my partner Moon did ban a word at the start of the stream, and it's been 5 minutes since I started talking, so I think I can say map now. Yes, I got a lot of things down on my map here. A lot of you can see all my progress here. And I am going to be frequently alt-tabbing, as annoying as that is, which does kill the game audio, because I do need to check my checklist here. Alright, we're going to start by meeting an NPC. In fact, actually, no, let's start by backtracking to the Dragonburnt Ruins, because there was an item that I missed there. Note to self, don't redeem that reward until you're in the game. Exactly. Yeah, you want to get me with those word bans? Wait until I load up my save file, because I will spend all that time yapping before we boot up our game. Yeah, so I put a chest marker here, because there was a weapon that I missed at the Dragonburnt Ruins, and we're gonna go and get that. So let's just fast travel, I guess. It's a separate question. You can do the DLC up to the final boss if you prefer. New Game Plus does not start immediately. Typically, the way I like to play DLCs in Souls games is right before the final boss. That's how I've always done it. That's how I did it with Dark Souls 2. That's how I did it with Dark Souls 3. So I want to keep to that tradition. Love a huge poster of this map IRL. It is fantastic. And the funniest part is that this is a fraction of it. Like, you might think that this is the entire map of Elden Ring, but no. No, this is a teensy tiny portion of it. This is a single region. There's a lot, to say the least. Lumi sent optimization, exactly. Chandra is too hard, she had to do the DLC and go get levels. Yes, the hardest final boss in Souls games. Alright. So I have to remember that you teleport to sites of grace from the map. You don't do it at other sites of grace. And let's see if my Night Rain muscle memory doesn't screw me over here. Right, we don't have any item descriptions to read. We have been trying to read every single one, or at least every single notable one, for lore purposes, because you know me, I love lore of Souls games. I don't like when people explain the lore to me, because I like to learn it myself by playing the games. So, yes, we're gonna go to these ruins here. I'm gonna put that marker there, and we're going towards marker 2. Do new players slowly catch on the scope of the map? A game's one of my favorite things. Yeah! Like, I remember having that moment with Breath of the Wild back in 2017, and this game has kind of given me that same sense of wonder with how large the world is. So, you might know that there is a boss over there that is a giant dragon that we're not going to be fighting yet. We're going to go back to the Dragonburnt Ruins because apparently there's a chest that has a weapon in it called the Twin Blade. And I might not necessarily use the Twin Blades, but it's still nice to just have them as an option. I mean, Twin Blades are fun to use, so. I'm just gonna clear everything out here. And once the coast is clear, we can then get to looting. Okay, this isn't Night Rain. I can't use my Wilder hook. Loot all the bodies, of course. And we do want to get as many gathering and crafting materials as we want, especially smoldering butterflies, because I got my fire pots, and I like fire pots. In fact, let's just make some more fire pots. Gotta always have more of them. Alright. So, I think it was down in a chamber, not quite the one that leads to the booby-trapped chest, but a different one? I might have to double check. If this is the room with the rats, then yeah, that's not it. Yeah, just because I wrote down where things were, it doesn't actually mean that I know the exact location, so I do have to do some looking around. Oops, nope. Used my fire pot on mistake. That's a Night Raid muscle memory. Oh, is this it here? Looks like it. No, it's a stone sword key. That's even better. Alright, what are stone sword keys? A sword-shaped stone key. Breaks the seal on imp statues, but remains embedded in the statue after use, meaning it can only be used once as an item. Think well before using one. So it's essentially kind of like the branches from Dark Souls 2. It's this limited key that you can use to, I suppose, unlock new areas or additional fights and whatnot. So we will want to be collecting as many of these as possible. The wall deserved it. It knows what you did. Alright. I'm actually glad that I got that. A necessary item ahead. There's also player messages to help guide me around a little bit. It'd be great if there was a player message where the twin blades were. It probably is. I just have to be a bit more thorough. Once we're done with this, we're gonna go and meet an NPC who is south of this lake. And we might be seeing that NPC later in the stream as well, depending on how much progress I make. Oh. Armament ahead, but horse required ahead. Oh. Treasure chest ahead except horse required ahead. But let me rate those up. Let's get on Torrent, because yes, Torrent can double jump. Our wonderful spectral steed. No wonder I didn't find the twin blades. Right, so if I ever need to get over like a small wall, then I need to bring out Torrent. And this one shouldn't be booby-trapped this time. There you go, twin blade. Let's take a look at it. Sword with blades on both sides of the hilt. This weapon is difficult to wield and demands high dexterity. It can be wielded with a single hand, but its true strength is unlocked with dual-handed spinning attacks. The skill is Spinning Slash. Skill favored by dexterous warriors. Slash foes as your body spins. Additional input allows for follow-up attack. And yes, that needs 18 dexterity, so we can't use that straight away. But we are kind of going for a bit of a quality build, so leveling strength and dex. And we could use that one day, but not now. Oh, Elden Ring! Hey Bronza, it's lovely to see you around. Hope you're doing alright. Yeah, I know that reveal trailer with the narrator that goes, "Oh, Elden Ring! Shattered by someone or something." Lovely to see you around. Right, well, we can cross the twin blades off on our list of things to do. We got that. So let's remove that marker now. And we're gonna go to this NPC here. I think the fastest way to do that would just be from the first step, Side of Grace. Pretty good impression, thank you. I do my best. Alright, come on, Torrent, let's head over this way. Not falling, though, no, because there is fall damage in this game. And double jumping with Torrent does not reduce fall damage. Alright, I don't know if my marker is on the exact spot that I was looking for, but We'll have to see. I think it's under these ruins that we will meet someone. Oh, well, there's a campfire and there's a person. Friend ahead. Alright. As is customary, remove my weapon. Dragon required ahead, and then be wary of strong foe. Friend ahead. Could this be a bird?
Ah. You must be the new Tarnished. Quite a fool by the look of it. Picking a fight with a dragon. Wow. I can tell you want to see it through. Seems I'm forever crossing paths with hotheads like you. I can tell you want to see it through. Fools will be fools. Fight all the dragons you like. I can tell you want to... Fools will be fools.
Alright.
I can tell you want fools will...
Well, there we go. That's that NPC, and we'll be seeing him later, I believe. Friend ahead, yeah. Okay. That's done now. I'll keep that marker... Actually, no, because now there's an NPC marker, so I can just remove this one. Alright. Where are we gonna head next? We could do the Knights Cavalry boss, because we didn't actually beat them before. There's some other NPCs to meet in Limgrave. There's a lot of, like, NPCs and, you know, quest lines starting here in Limgrave. I haven't looked over here. What about if I just take a little detour and do some exploring on my own? You know, without my list of things to do guiding me. Oh, yeah, there's a Site of Grace. And I don't think we can get any levels right now. No. Maybe if we used some of our runes, but... like our consumable runes, but eh. Not here! In short, hot spring required ahead. Oh, right, yeah, that was the beach that we went down last time. Gorgeous view ahead. Try down. Well, no, not if I want to die. Maybe I can actually drop down gradually through some platforms, though. Like, I might die from this, but, actually, we can just try with this. Yeah, that would kill me. Without a doubt. The 100 markers seemed low in one VOD. I used them a lot, so only got limited towards the mid-early of the DLC. Okay. Yeah, I was thinking 100 wouldn't be enough, but... yeah, if I'm going to be removing them at a regular rate, it should be enough. Hang on, give me 1 second. I'm just going to quickly vanish my VTuber model. And just quickly put the heater on, because I am a little bit cold at the moment. It'll take me like a second or two. Alright, and I am back. Hopefully I pressed the right macros on my keyboard. Yes, I did. Alright. Let me tick a couple of things off my list. So we got the Twin Blade, we met that NPC. There's some more NPCs to meet. We can do the Knights Cavalry boss. Sure. Let's go and just meet NPCs. Because, yeah, a lot of, like, you know, pretty important NPCs early on are found here in Limgrave. Like before they added the automatic NPC markers, tracked everything with them, including merchants, NPC movements, yeah. Well, the NPCs are only tracked once you've met them at a location. If they move, I don't think it tells you where their new location is, so I will have to make sure to keep a keen eye out for them. So, although I don't want to go to Stormvale Castle, there are some NPCs along here at the Storm Hill, I believe it's called. There's one around here and there's one around here. And then we can go from this road along here. I think there's a dungeon there. There's another NPC here. There's so many NPCs here in Limgrave. And of course, I don't want to miss out on any quests, because quests have lore in them. It's pretty important that I get all that. Well, let's see if we can do the Knight's Cavalry boss. I want to give it another go. If we just skip to nighttime here. Alright, and then the Knight's Cavalry boss is over here. I do want to quickly get rid of the soldiers of Godric that are nearby, just so that we're not interrupted during our fight. If you miss someone, it's quite hard to truly break a quest, so it's not a big worry. Right. I'm just used to them. I'm used to it being pretty strict in a lot of FromSoft games, so I've been trying to err on the side of caution already. Yeah, I'm not great with torrent combat, but that's okay. Campsite! Oh, nice, I got a dagger. Alright, let's give this another try. Damn it, my fire pot! Okay, can I try that now? Oop. Yeah, our damage is not great still, and we are taking a ton of damage when getting hit. My flasks aren't healing that much either. What's my weapon skill again? Stamp, okay. I could potentially, like, low profile a move. Right, you drag it along the ground and then you hit it. That's all my flasks, that's no good. We're gonna see poise through, and that's good damage. Right, because if I'm only gonna swing once during an opening, I might as well make that single hit count. Yeah, I'm dead here. I'm gonna get on torrent and just restart the fight from the beginning. You gotta keep that death count low, you know? Actually, no, I think yeah, I'll do it a bit later. It's just like I'm taking so much damage from them. Like, I can beat them, it's just, it wouldn't be worth the time. Very understandable, but they relaxed a lot this time. I'm glad. Alright. Oh, we got access to alter garments. Actually, let's see what that does. We can alter the design. And... oh, I see, you can remove the cape here if you want. Lowers your stats, but... I'm gonna keep the cape. We gotta keep the cape. It's really important we keep the cape. Alright, let's go here then. So we're gonna go through the storm gate. But we're not gonna go too far ahead, because I have seen early game footage of Elden Ring, and I know that, like, the infamous, I think it's the Fell Omen is, like, guarding Stormvale Castle. So if you try to get in there, you know, you get your ass whooped. I could probably beat him, but yet again, One of those cases where I don't really feel like brute forcing it. Can I please... There we go. I just want to have my torch out so I can actually see properly. Oh god, hi there. Darn. Please, I need to pick stuff up. There we go, lump of flesh. I don't really love torrent combat. Definitely feels like they want you to run through this. Yeah, we'll just do this the good old-fashioned way. You know me. If there's one thing I know about Elden Ring combat, it's just jump attack good. Get that poise damage. Except, yeah, those stomps are pretty fast, so they do punish my jump attacks if I go for one. It doesn't matter because I can kind of not heal the giant. Please can I get that stagger? Pretty please. Can I have the stagger? Okay, there we go. I don't know if I'm getting the riposte, especially not if your head is clipped into the wall there. There we go. The skill might be better for stagger build-up. Yeah. There we go, we got through that just fine. Yes, welcome in, Lady Panic Fan. Yes, this is my first playthrough. Not my first Souls game, though. I know what I'm doing in that regard. Dashing through required head, yeah, I can see why. But, nope, I just brute forced it. Right, this is Night Rain, I can't jump up there. Smallest ledge scares Tarnished. Yeah, can you just come down here, please? No? Okay. Thanks. Another golden room. Ow. What does this say? Behold up, and then friend. Yes, you can break for these. This is a neat little way to, like, encourage newer players, like, hey, you shouldn't go here yet. Good old guard counter. Guard counter is very strong. Oh, and I get a flask for that. For two of them, actually. Alright, we did get some items we can look at. Lump of flesh, we've already read the description of that. Dagger. Standard dagger with a straight blade. Though modest in reach and capacity for harm, this weapon is light enough to jab in rapid succession and delivers devastating critical hits. And the skill is Quick Step. Skill prized by the crafty and fleet of foot. Perform a quick step maneuver that allows for circling around lock-on targets. Alright. Dark Souls 3 is the fighting game of Souls because it added Rekkas. It really did. Be wary of crowd. Raise the message. I got through the crowd, did I not? I do want to get some more butterflies here. Because, we love fire pots. I want to call them fire bombs, but no, they're called fire pots now. Wary of group. I'm assuming they mean the group that we just went through. Oh wait, no, there's no one here. Be wary of ambush, yeah, because, like, oh, there's a single soldier here. And that's like, yeah, I can use lock-on to see that there's more of you hiding. Boop. And boop. Gosh, you really can tell this game is the spiritual successor to Dark Souls 2. I say that affectionately, you know, I love Dark Souls 2. But yeah, this truly is Dark Souls 2 too. Oh, we got the Tree and Beast Sir code again. I was hoping that would get other pieces of the Godric Soldier set. Stormhill, right, okay. So, looks like we're done with all the enemies. Whoa, yeah, area name drop. I do see some gold over there. A golden seed. Ooh, our first one. Well, you know, other than the one that we could have picked at the start. A golden seed, found at the base of an illusory tree, increases a sacred flask's number of uses, can be used after resting at a site of grace. When the Elden Ring was shattered, these seeds flew from the Erd Tree, scattering across the various lands, as if life itself knew that its end had come. Oh, so that is the reason why there's, like, potentially minor Erd trees around, or why there's, like, these illusory trees. Illusory tree implies that I guess only people who can see the guidance of grace can see these trees. That's what I'm thinking anyway. The seed here does kind of look like a bunch of roots, like, all mushed together. Alright, well that is a good flask upgrade material to have. My first Souls-like and my first ever 100% game. Nice. Yes, I know a lot of people started with Elden Ring as their first Souls-like. But I am a Dark Souls veteran, playing Elden Ring for the first time. I just never got around to it. Alright, so we're pretty close to where I have an NPC. Oh! Oh! That's a Dark Souls 2 moment. Enemy jump scare. Yeah, I'm not super used to torrent combat yet, but I gotta get better at it somehow. There we go. It's just about, like, spacing my button presses, primarily. There's a shack here, and I can see Guidance of Grace, which means, yeah, there is a Site of Grace nearby. I played Dark Souls 3 and I loved it. I'm glad that you had a great time with it. It does have some of the most iconic boss fights of the entire trilogy. And definitely the best combat of the trilogy, without a doubt. Alright. Ol-O Hall. I wonder if we could level out with the runes that we have now. No. Well, I mean, if we used some of our traces of grace, then yeah, potentially we could get a level, but for now, let's add a charge to our flask. There we go. And no, I don't want to use a sacred tier. Still going with a ratio of 5-0, because I'm not using FP that much. Love the Dancer so much, Dancer my beloved. Dancer is a good time. True, very iconic fight. So much that they put her in Night Rain. Seek South. Oh, NPC. Here we go.
Everyone's been grafted. Everyone who came with me. They crossed the sea for me. They fought for me. Only to have their arms taken. Their legs taken. Even their heads taken. Taken and stuck to the spider. Did you know? If you're grafted by the spider, you become a chrysalid. It's quite a lark when you think about it. You're all on your own, are you? And heading to Stormvale Castle? Enticed by the one in the white mask, I suppose. Oh, you've come to be one with the spider? Well, that makes us two peas in a pod. But I don't have your courage. It's scary, you know, having your arms cut off. Or legs. Or your head. I want to be like everyone else, but I'm just too scared. I'm nothing but a craven. Oh, I know. Can you take this little one along with you? The poor thing deserves someone braver than myself. And the spirits look rather fondly upon you. It'll be glad of your company, I think, the little un. It was a pleasure to see you. Oh, can you pass on a message for me? If you see the little chrysalids in Stormvale Castle, tell them I love them. And that, despite my craven heart, I'm sure I'll be joining their club soon enough. I'm finally getting the hang of this whole pain thing, you know. It was a pleasure to see you. Oh, can you tell them I love them? And that I'm finally getting the hang of this.
Okay. What an interesting character. It seems like a normal fear. Sadness ahead, therefore offer comfort.
It was a pleasure to see you. Oh, tell them I love. I'm finally getting.
And angel ahead. Right, so she gave us some ashes for the jellyfish. Ashen remains in which spirits yet dwell, used to summon a spirit jellyfish. A floating spirit that illuminates its surroundings. Prone to tears, the jellyfish girl searches for her distant home. Will bravely spew poison at foes on her summoner's behalf. It seems her name was Aurelia. First playthrough, I'm assuming. Yes, Mercy. Welcome into stream. It's lovely to see you around. But you finished all the FromSoft games? No, just the Dark Souls trilogy. People always make that assumption. I've only ever played the Dark Souls trilogy from FromSoft's catalog. Now we're getting around to Elden Ring. And having a great time with it so far. Alright. So her name was Heartbroken Maiden. Okay. We've met her now. We can remove that marker. And can remove that. And then there's another NPC that's supposedly meant to be along the road here. Just down the road! Bloodborne soon, hopefully. Bloodborne, we'll see. Yes, I do intend to play it at some point, but this game's gonna take quite a while. Not me spreading Bloodborne propaganda again. Can you spread that to Sony so they release it again? Like, re-release it on PC? That would be nice. Appreciating that you were thorough, listening and reading things. So many people just rush through and don't do that. Listen. I love the story and the lore of the Dark Souls trilogy. And so I did the exact same thing in that trilogy because I want to know the story, I want to follow the lore. So yes, we're very slow here, we do everything. We do every boss, we try to do every single quest line, we read item descriptions. I like to actually pay attention to what's going on, and it's been very rewarding doing that so far. And no, where Slug Song came out, so Bloodborne can only be next. That's true. Passing the clown wig and makeup from one to another. Right, what's here? Another stone sword key. Excellent! So we have 2 of them already. And for years, Savantis played around so much just to get disappointment, so I cry. Yeah. You don't have any other dialogue, right?
It was a pleasure to see you.
Yeah.
Can you pass on a message? Tell them I love them. And I'm finally getting the hang of this.
Yeah, I don't really intend to be grafted myself, so... Sorry, miss. Why is it always rump? Alright, so yes, we're heading just down the road, and there should be another NPC along here. Because Elden Ring is such a massive game, I am making sure to, you know, have a little list for myself of things to do in each area, because otherwise I will just wander aimlessly and miss a whole bunch of things. More soldiers of Godric here. Oh. Shield ahead. I mean, if I kill them? I mean, I do have my greatsword, so... I can definitely see myself using a spear for torrent combat, because it would make things a whole lot easier. And you kind of have to, like, line up your attacks a little bit. You know, if you want to keep moving, of course, because otherwise you're just gonna do what I am doing and whiff all the time. You can just go in circles like that. Got a bolt. Try shield. Still no shield. Alright, so it's just the messages having a bit of fun. We can get some runes from this. Right. But yeah, we don't want to go here, because I know, like, this seems to be, like, the entrance to the castle. I do not want to do that. Oh, Finger Reader Crone up north. Okay. Probably want to meet that NPC then. I think I hear Scarab, though, and it's like... First off, life. Be wary of projectile weapon. Or left, but be wary of ambush. No, we won't do this just yet. We'll just focus on getting to my marker. Yeah, Devil and Lumi, exactly. I have been informed that there is a throwing spear in the game, so... So approximately around here we are to find another NPC. Another shack, I think, and an NPC either in it or near it. Oh, that's another giant. I mean, sure. I guess. I guess the benefit of fighting on turret is, yeah, just having so much movement. Because you can kind of just do hit and run tactics. That's so weird, like, to learn a new combat style. Because I'm not used to doing this type of thing in a Souls game. Oh, I meant to do my weapon skill. Yeah, there we go. Not even gonna bother reposting. Hopefully I'll get a drop from them one of these days. A strength not crystal tier. Everjail? A crystal tier formed slowly over the ages where the Erdtree's bounty falls to the ground, can be mixed in the Flask of Wondrous Physic. The resulting concoction temporarily boosts one's strength. We will be trying to get the Flask of Wondrous Physic today, because we do know its location. Not from me looking it up, but just, like, actually from the note here. It's directly north of the Mistwood, in the Third Church of America. I have greatly steered off the road. But I'm glad I did that, you know, I got to grab that. Oh. Sorry, Torrent, about that. These seem to be Caden mercenaries. No ill-omened creature ahead. Thank you for the bits, Tacticus. I appreciate it. But they say no ill-omened creature ahead. Can we talk? Nope! Of course not. Why would I think otherwise? It's okay, because we can flip him like a pancake. It's like reverse pancaking from Dark Souls 1 with the Zweihander. See? You're a pancake. We have to flip him around. I do see a shack here, so... Generally, okay, if I see, like, signs of settlements, then I can expect to find either some enemies or some NPCs. Old Codger likely fleeing. Sorry about that. I mean, they tried to attack me first, so it's self-defense, actually. Yeah, here's an NPC. So let's touch this Grace. And we should be able to get a level now, actually, with our current runes. Right now it's just kind of leveling most of my core stats to 20. The build that we're going for, in case people are curious, is... we're going for a bit of a quality build, so primarily going with Vigor, Endurance, Strength, and Dexterity. Although I do also want to build a little bit of Faith. Not like full Faith build, but I kind of want to be like a partial Paladin. You know, having enough Faith for, you know, some basic miracles, or not miracles, they're called incantations here, would be very nice. Specifically, I'm trying to go for like a Crucible Knight Paladin type build. Because I have seen the Crucible Knights in this game, they do look pretty cool, so... trying to build around that sort of idea. So I guess... I do want to focus... Endurance is nice just for the stamina and equip load purposes. I think I'll just put another point into Dex, actually. I'm gonna start leveling my Faith once I know what the actual requirements are for some incantations. And I have, like, a goal to work towards with them. Alright. Putting away our greatsword. You know what? I don't want to, like, walk up to someone while holding my sword, you know? I come in peace.
Not seen you before. Name's Bernal. Tarnished, just like you. Let me ask you something. Are you here in the lands between to take up the fight? Does your faith in the guidance of grace hold firm, despite the collapse of the Golden Order?
Okay, well that is interesting. I didn't know that the Golden Order has collapsed. But yes, my faith does hold firm.
Yes, you're a Tarnished through and through. Takes me back. But that's a quality needed now more than ever. Any interest in bearing the torch of my battle arts? All I know is the sword. Picked up a fair few tricks in my time, too. Now's the time to pass them on. To a good and proper Tarnished, like you.
Alright, so this is Knight Bernal. Let's just exhaust all of his dialogue and then we'll take a look at the skills he offers.
There's a myriad of battle arts in these lands that I've yet to discover. Mementos of all the warriors who raised their arms in battle, lost and died. A fine tale, all told, of true chivalric romance. That's how I fell in love with the sword, and the arts of combat. It grants meaning even to falling in battle, to death itself.
Alright, let's look at your skills. So, yes, he is a merchant that offers Ashes of War for weapon skills. Welcome in, Iguana Bob, it's lovely to see you around. I will just quickly skim all of these to see if they mention anything lore-related. Yeah, Stormblade does have a bit of lore here. This Ash of War grants an armament the quality, affinity, and the following skill. Stormblade, lost skill of Stormveil. Surround armament with shearing storm winds that can be fired forward. Can be fired in rapid succession. Usable on swords, colossal weapons, and twin blades accepted. Alright, of course we got parry. You can do Ash of War no skill. Yeah, so it's just making sure that there wasn't like any important lore in any of these descriptions, so we can just look at them as they are. Thankfully I do know what all of these skills are. Most of them are returning from Dark Souls 3, and most I've actually used in Elden Ring Night Rain, so... Let's see, you can put parry on daggers, curved swords, thrusting swords, fists, claws, and small and medium shields. Okay. And of course kick. I can't believe they made kick a weapon art. Back in my day, you had to flick the controller stick forward and press R1 to get a kick, and it was clumsy as hell to do. Yeah, none of these in particular really interest me to get at the moment. Actually, Impaling Thrust could be pretty nice. I'll just grab parry in case I have a shield that I want to put parry on that doesn't start with parry.
Well, until we meet again. Oh, not had your fill, eh? Worry not. Have enough to keep you busy. Well, until we meet again. Oh, not had your fill, eh?
Alright, there we go. I just wanted to get all of his dialogue.
Well.
It's literally John Tarnished. Even using a Zweihander. Praise the dashing through. Alright, I mean, that was everything I had to do here. I can remove this marker now. So yeah, if you spot any shacks, generally they're worth going to. If we continue down the road, just down the road, there seems to be another dungeon and an NPC. And then another NPC across the bridge, actually. So, we got a lot to do. Sure, let's see if we can go and do that dungeon. Now, just because something's optional doesn't mean that I'm going to skip it. You know me. We'll have to see how easy the game becomes if you do everything. Do you know what you're doing? Kind of. It is the first time playthrough, but I do have like a little list of things to get done in Limgrave, just so I have a bit of guidance, because otherwise these streams would be like 3 hours of me getting lost and accomplishing nothing. Try parrying, huh? Oh right, yes, because there was a boss here, but only at nighttime. I do remember that. Yeah, because this game has so many bosses as well, and I like to do all bosses in Souls games, I have to look up the locations of some of the bosses. Like, that is non-negotiable. There's too many bosses for me to naturally find them all just by playing on my own. Yes, I remember, there is a boss here. It shows up here at nighttime. So let's actually rest here until it becomes nighttime. And the boss should be a familiar face to me, because I have played Night Rain. Did your dialogue change?
Hello. Here to learn a battle art or two.
Yeah, your dialogue was different there.
Well, until we meet again. Hello. Glad to see you safe. Here to learn a well.
Alright, Hey Blair, hi, I'm a new chatter. Would you like some advice on how to beat this boss? Go ahead. She wants lots of advice in backseating. God, no, not even as a joke. To dodge their attacks, good luck. Thank you, Blair. Hope you're doing alright. Welcome into Elden Ring. Where, yes, I am taking on the monumentous task of killing every single boss in Elden Ring, so... Apparently there's a boss that shows up here at the shack, but only at nighttime. I didn't realize, because yes, there's a day-night cycle that means that certain enemies will only show up at night. Why is it always ill-omened creature? Exactly. Okay, question for those of you who know. Do I have to leave and then come back or something? Do you have to, like, reload the area? What if I just, like, teleport and then teleport back or something? Yeah, doing all bosses is a little bit tedious, but I'm doing my best. Oh, yep, he's gone. Oh! Hi, Bell-bearing Hunter. Haha! I know you! It literally comes out of the shack like, yo, I'm here to aura farm. Little does he know... Oh, fuck, not this attack. Yeah, little does he know I've done my homework, and this time I will ace the exam. I hope. So one of the messages did suggest parrying, but I'm gonna be honest. I'm way too scared of Bell-bearing Hunter to attempt a parry. I will go for jump attacks, though. There we go. Get another critical hit in. Ooh, that's bad. There we go. First try, Bell-bearing Hunter. And I get the Bone Peddler's Bell Bearing for it. Okay. Oh, that's a blood stain there. Yeah, that explains why there are, like, blood stains and messages recommending parrying. I'm glad I remembered all that. Passing the time to night puts the time to just before night, so sometimes you need to wait a little. Okay. Bell-bearing Night Rain paranoia, exactly. So for those of you who have not played Elden Ring Night Rain, Bell-bearing Hunter is a boss that you can encounter during your runs. Specifically as like a field boss slash roaming boss. You can encounter him as a night boss as well, but when you encounter him as a field boss, his stats are jacked the fuck up to the point where he could basically one-shot you even if you're close to max level. And he did kind of hit like a truck there, but I hit harder. Elden Ring got nothing on the knee ring you one day put on your wife's finger. Exactly. Well, there we go, another boss down. Let's look at what we got. The Bone Peddler's Bell Bearing. Bell Bearing of an unfortunate Bone Peddler who was slain by the Bell Bearing Hunter. Offer to the twin maiden husks at the Round Table Hall to gain access to the following items. Thin animal bones and hefty beast bone. Okay, so I won't have to farm those if I can just buy them. Okay. And fire arrow, pretty self-explanatory. Arrow with the tip satellite deals fire damage. Of course, we bought the Ash of War for parry. Alright, yeah, let's take a stretch and hydrate break, and after the break, we'll just continue on with things. Also, hi Bernhard. Actually, do you want to comment on the boss that I just fought?
Hello.
Nope.
Here to learn about.
I think he just leaves at nighttime, so he doesn't have to deal with Bell-Bearing Hunter.
Well, until we meet again.
Alright, yeah, let me sit down at this site of grace. And yes, I'm gonna go for a little stretch and hydrate break. I will see you all in a couple of minutes. And we will continue our adventure in Limgrave. We've got a whole bunch of other things to do. I know that there are more NPCs to meet. Like, a lot of the essential early game NPCs are here in Limgrave, so it would be really bad to miss them now. I don't think you can miss them permanently, and, you know, as V said before, this game is pretty generous with NPC quest lines, but you know me, I want to meet NPCs ASAP, I want to get their quests going ASAP, I want to do all that stuff ASAP before I forget and they meet their demise in some miserable way. So let me untab or alt-tab out and do that redeem, and I'll see you all in a couple minutes. Take care, everyone. See you all then. Oh, there we go. Alright, and I am back. Thank you so much for your patience, everyone. Really do appreciate it. I'm making sure that I catch up on all messages here. Iguanabop says, I would be so lost. Yeah, like, I am used to Souls games typically being, you know, a little bit Metroidvania-esque, especially if, like, Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 2. Dark Souls 3 is very, very linear. It's kind of hard to not, you know, be going along the right path in Dark Souls 3. But yeah, because this game is so massive, it's like I need to just have a general idea of where I'm going and what I'm doing. Otherwise, I'm just gonna miss so much. And as someone who's, you know, as I said, is trying to do all bosses, I kind of have to look it up, because otherwise I will not know. It's just like, how am I meant to know that, like, going back to the shack at nighttime is meant to spawn in Bell-bearing Hunter? It's like, you know, I don't really see the correlation there. You know, it just feels like something that you would get jump scared with one day when you go and visit the merchant at night. You're like, oh, holy fuck! Alright, so now on my list here of things to do, we have got another NPC encounter ahead, and we have also got a dungeon to do, which will get us a katana, I believe, which I want to use katanas. I want, you know, I am a quality build, so I'm going to be using my great swords and my ultra great swords and also katanas. So that will be very nice. Yep, I was not ready for the fight when it came upon me. You know, actual jump scare. Good to know that Bell-bearing Hunter is still jump scaring people in Elden Ring Night Rain to this day. Oh, also, I should probably equip the Spirit Jelly Ashes. Lone Wolf Ashes, right? I'm gonna swap that with Spirit Jelly. So you only get one Spirit Jellyfish. So I suppose, like, it's whether do I want a group of enemies or do I want a single enemy to summon? And also, according to the description, they can do poison stuff. Fight Fat Night Rain training, violence, exactly. Yeah, I have a bit of a head start on this game because I have played over 200 hours of Night Rain. So I've gotten a lot of experience with dealing with a lot of enemies that appear in this game. But there's a lot of, you know, enemies and bosses that I have, you know, that aren't in Night Rain that I will have to learn how to fight on my own. Especially when it, like, comes to DLC. Once we get to the DLC, like, you know, that's gonna be fully blind. I've not seen anything of the DLC. Oh, hi, wolves. Oh. Oh, wait, what was that? That was a bell. Oh, is it because... Wait, what? Oh. For a moment I feel like it's because, like, I can use Spirit Ashes there, but... No, now I'm confused. I didn't get my spacing right. I didn't get my spacing right a second time. There we go. Sorry, wolves. Try running. Oh, I see. It's another group. What did I say about this really just being Dark Souls 2, too? We got so many enemies. Alright. Oh, no, not status. Yep, I'm up to date on my item descriptions. Thank goodness they added, like, the new items tab, with the DLC update. Because it really helps as a lore nerd to keep track of things. But yeah, so we're gonna try and get through this barricade. So I guess... Oh, I see! It's an alarm! I see! Oh, that's clever! To alert the enemies. Didn't expect dog. Yeah, be wary of trap, exactly. No head ahead. Try hall. Sorry, soldiers. Assault to my longsword here. Because I love the longsword as well. You know, I gotta show some love to both of my current weapons. And having some extra attack speed here would actually be handy. Oh, I missed my parry. There we go. Got some beast blood. Some more exalted flesh. Very nice to have. And there is a chest here, of course. Armament ahead, therefore try cliff. Oh, up there? Okay. Also want to check this. Beast Crest Heater Shield. Ooh, okay. A medium-sized metal shield, easier to handle than a kite shield. Features a beast as its crest, serving to remind warriors not to succumb to the arousal of battle. Fight with passion, but become not its prisoner. And skill is parry, so... might as well just use it, I guess. Because it looks cool. And it's basically the same as the shield that, you know, I start with anyway. And then we had the Beast Blood. Fresh beast blood, glinting with gold. Material used for crafting items. Found by hunting carnivorous beasts. This glimmering blood never rots or decays. Of course, yeah, we got the Exalted Flesh last time, so I don't have to read the description of it again. Alright. So, let's see. We have slightly less holy guard damage negation. That's fine. It's like, look how cool this shield is. I'm still medium rolling, so we're fine. My messages got more helpful nowadays. Played with so many Fortnite and illusory wall ahead. Oh, I've seen a lot of fake illusory wall ahead messages already. How would I get up here? I guess I could use Torrent, or I could go from the cliff above. Oh! Thank you, person, for putting the message, like, right by the trap. So I run over the trap to go and read the message. Silly. Every wall at the beginning? Yeah. And I fell for it because I'm like, oh, well, you know, what if there is, like, a secret in the tutorial area? Well, there technically is. There's, like, the two statues you need stone sword keys for. But still. There we go, nice trade. Oh, need more butterflies, thank you. I'm gonna need as many smoldering butterflies as I can get. So I'm gonna have to find a way up onto that cliff. So I'm gonna quickly put a marker here, indicating that there is loot for me to get. Oh god, I keep running over these. To be fair, it is nighttime, so they're a little bit harder to spot. And there's not really much consequence for hitting them now. Seek friend, therefore go up. Champion ahead. Ah, up. Okay, well, this is the NPC we're looking for then. Could that be Pot Friend?
Can you hear me? Help me. I'm stuck. Hello? Hello? Anyone? Oh, my stars. I'm so happy to see you. I am Alexander, also known as the Iron Fist. And as you can see, I'm stuck here. Please, can you help me out of this?
Sure.
My thanks. 1,000 thanks. Just give me a good smack from the rear with something nice and big. And I'll pop clean out, I'm sure. Don't dally. There's no need to fret. I'm very well trained. Give it your all, I say. Come on. Give me a good smack from behind with something nice and big. I'll pop clean out. I'm sure of it.
Okay.
Come on. I'll pop clean.
Yeah, I'll give my wife a big smack from behind. To answer your question. Lord ahead. Alright, well, I don't want to kill him, so just once. I'm sorry, Alexander. I'm sorry. Oh! Triumphant delight.
Well played, good lady. Well played. Though that mighty wallop of yours almost spelled the end of me. Ah. Well, I'm out now, and that's what counts. I thank you. And as a token of my appreciation, I'd like you to have this.
Well, thank you, Alexander.
Once again, the pleasure is mine. I am the warrior Jar known as Alexander. Iron Fist Alexander, in fact. I journey to the east, where I intend to further my education in the ways of war. And beyond these lands lie the scarlet, rot-blighted Caelid wilds. And upon their southern edge is Redmane Castle, in which a festival of combat is being held. I'd heard whispers of such festivities before. Doesn't the notion set your breast aflutter? I'm heading eastward to Redmane Castle on the southern edge of the scarlet, rot-blighted Caelid wilds. I've heard there's to be a... I'm heading to
Okay, that's all your
Redmane
dialogue.
Castle. I've heard there's to be a...
Alright, well, we're not going to Caelid yet, but we will keep that in mind. Hopefully we'll get to see you at Redmane Castle. Only a smack for me? Oh, no, I would go all out. I'll go feral on my wife from behind. Wolf mode, as they say. But there we go, that's Pot Friend. If you have the potluck. Yeah, so there's a global Twitch emote called Pot Friend that is based on this NPC here.
I'm heading east to Redmane Castle. I've heard there's to be a festival.
So yeah, very important that we met Pot Friend. Like, could you imagine an Elden Ring playthrough on Twitch that doesn't meet Pot Friend? Like, there's literally an emote for the guy. You have to meet the emote. Yeah, look, Alexander is a living emote. Gosh, could you imagine if someone said that to you? I think you would be really depressed. Yeah, Lord ahead. Alright, well there we go, we met Alexander the Warrior Jar. He seems nice. He does! I like a lot of the NPCs that we've met so far in Elden Ring. Which, like, Dark Souls 2 has my favorite NPCs of the entire trilogy, and I really like the NPCs of this game so far, so, like, yet again, maybe I'm intentionally trying to find connections between Dark Souls 2 and this game, but this game really does just feel like a kind of modern incarnation of Dark Souls 2, and it makes sense considering a lot of the same staff worked on this. Alright, so let's try and head up here. Yes, it was a jarring experience. So we actually have 3 exalted fleshes now. And that's what I like to hear. Of course, Moon. You deserve the world. And wolf mode. Oh yes, there's a dungeon here. Weak foe ahead. Underground tomb ahead. I'm gonna make sure to applaud these so that other players can see them. Unthinkable. Our hallowed resting place is violated. To refuse the Erd Tree's call to return. To live within death. Sickening. Alright. And I guess that violates the supposed Golden Order returning to the Erd Tree after death. Death, oh death. I don't have anything to deal with undead right now, I don't think. Like any holy damage. Which, you know, you can deal with them obviously without holy damage, it's just... it helps to have that. But yeah, let's go and do this dungeon. Skeleton ahead. Death Touch Catacombs. Catacombs. Why is it always Rump? Alright. Dungeon! Skeleton ahead. Is it an ambush? Okay, there's a stake here, America, which is a respawn point. Precious item ahead. What if I want to go this way? Well, there's a skeleton if I go this way. Let's try these doors first. Locked by some contraption. Ah, so it's a shortcut. I see. A FromSoft classic. Does not open from this side. Okay, and then, right, you have to hit them while they're down to kill them for good. But I think if your weapon is imbued with holy, then you can skip that step. Yes, we got a scimitar. Evil FromSoft door does open from this side. That's too scary. Oh god, that's a lot of them. I'm out of fire pots. Oh, I can make holy pots, actually. I do have the ingredients to make holy pots, which we can do if we survive this encounter. Alright, item crafting. Yes, holy water pot. Gotta read this. I'm pretty sure I've read the description before, but let's read it again. Craftable item prepared using a cracked pot, enchanted by incantations of the Golden Order. Consumes FP. Throw at enemies to inflict holy damage. Highly effective against those who live in death, even preventing them from rising again. The Golden Order has no mercy for those who trespass beyond life's bounds. So we're gonna make 4 of these, and I'm gonna make sure to actually equip them. There we go. Why is it always undead? Ambush ahead. Oh, a grave lovewort. Oh god, yep. Why is it always ambush? Sorry, I love the message formats of Elden Ring. The fact that you can say, why is it always? A longbow. Very nice. A little bit concerned this might be trapped. Be wary of something. Okay. Group ahead. Alright. Let me backtrack a little bit. I'll make sure that I find everything here. I wanted to see if going this way would take us anywhere different. Try defeating one by one. First off, death. We'll go the other way. Shoutouts to torches for, like, actually being really useful in this game. Get to have the true dungeon crawling experience, you know, holding up a torch and everything. Okay, so I've been warned about a group ahead, so I'm guessing here. Oh. Okay, yes, bows. Equip a bow to fire arrows. You can equip up to 2 types of arrows to choose from at once. When wielding a bow with 2 hands, hold the left bumper for precision aiming. Use the right stick to adjust your aim. Okay, R1 is arrow type 1, R2 is arrow type 2, and yep, left bumper is precision aiming. Real funny that we got that jump scare with a tutorial pop-up. Brave Violet. Alright. Yeah, let's take a look at what we've obtained so far. Brave Violet. A purple flower that blooms in graveyards. Material used for crafting items. The hue of ghost flame. It's believed to be useful in calling forth spirits. And grave glowwort. Which this seems to be... oh, it's an ash material. Okay. White flower that blooms in catacombs. Each a soundless bell used to summon spirits. Strengthens ashes to +1. The art of strengthening ashes is known as spirit tuning. Only a spirit tuner may perform this deed. Okay. And then we got that tutorial, obviously. Longbow. Longbow made to fire arrows over great distances. Compared to a short bow, arrows fired reach further and deal more damage. To use a bow, arrows must be equipped, and the skill is Mighty Shot. Archery skill performed from an oblique stance. Ready the bow, then pull the bowstring to its limit to enhance the power of the shot, penetrating the enemy's guard. And then the scimitar. A curved sword with a single-sided blade. Delivers slashing attacks with its sharp blade, but is ineffective against thick armor and hides covered in tough scales. Smaller in size than most curved swords, it carves into enemies with quick, sharp cuts. And the skill is Spinning Slash. Which we won't read a skill and what it does again if, you know, we've already seen and, like, read that before. Risa's in back with pizza, but before, did you know about bows? Well, I do now, if I didn't know before. Alright. I just wanted to double check the description of the spirit calling bell, actually, because I was curious about that. Spirit calling bell. Probably be easier to just find it, like, in its actual category, but... it's right here. I just want to reread its lore. Spirits can only be summoned in the vicinity of a rebirth monument. When summoning is possible, the monument icon will be visible on the left side of the screen. And when... No, that just explains its gameplay uses. I mean, I know how it works, yes. It uses the ashen materials to call back the memories of, like, you know, whatever it was that lived. And welcome back, V. It's lovely to see you around. We're exploring these catacombs, and we met Potfriend before. We met Alexander. Uchigatana! Yay! We are katana gaming now. Take this pot. Bathe in the holy order, golden order. Me trying to be a paladin. Ah, look carefully and short monstrosity ahead. Yeah, it looks like it has an eye. It does have an eye. Ugh. What's that, a root of the Erd tree? There's multiple eyes. Try attacking, and then behold undead. Oh yeah. Goodbye. Look at me, I'm floating in the air. Right, I think there is some more stuff ahead, yes. This takes us back down to here. Oh no, we haven't been down here. Hell yeah, it does. I have an elbow, does that count? There we go, human bone shard. Scripture wooden shield. Alright. We'll take a look at all of these item descriptions in a little bit. Alright, I kind of like to just bulk read them. Since the game allows us to do that, basically, by telling us what we have that's new. We cleared out this. Be wary of behind. Okay. Blood rose. Pathetic sort ahead. Okay. Somewhere, a heavy door is opened. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-dum. That's gonna be the door at the entrance. Right. Nice Final Fantasy reference, streamer. Luigi is my favorite. Yeah, I was so sad when Darth Gandalf died. That was my favorite part of Lord of the Spider-Man. This is the Lord of the Spider-Men. Alright. I'm guessing this would be a boss ahead. Precious item head. Yep, that is a fog gate. Right, guard counter. Okay. Well, I have 3 flasks left. Sure. It'd take like 2 seconds to go to the Grace. But let's just YOLO it. Alright. Well, boss fight ahead. Black Knife Assassin. These are the assassins that killed Godwin, presumably on the Night of Black Knives. Oh yeah, guard counter is just kind of deleting this. Oh yeah, guard counter just deletes you. About a backstab. I want to do a backstab to finish them off. But I have to wait for a move that has like a big window to attack. we go. Oh, no backstab, but victory! I got the Assassin's Crimson Dagger from that. Hey Telv, thank you so much for the self-care, and thank you for the word ban. Oh, no, that's not a word ban, that's just a highlight. Yes, Knight, that is me. Hi, I am Knight. Sorry. I was focused on destroying that assassin, who, yes, is a familiar face from Elden Ring Night Rain. Only I had a giant butthole. We will take a stretch and hydrate break once we're out of this dungeon. Let there be dark, therefore let there be despair. Liar head. It looks like we're basically done with this dungeon, but by rushing in. Obviously there's a chest. Yeah, look at this. There's like all of these bodies attached to these roots here. Ugh. Very, very gross. Oh, root resin. Visions of chaos. And expect grace. Yeah, I was also thinking of Bed of Chaos. With the roots. So I'm glad that the trauma of fighting Bed of Chaos continues in Elden Ring. Kind of. As in these roots though. Yeah, it's just bodies. Nobody has a clue how they ended up like this. And we get a death root for that pun. Still the same player message. Oh, nice. Why is it always weak, foe? I love the player messages just being like, yeah, that boss is easy. Right, let's take a look at everything that we obtained from our haul here. Death root. A source that gives rise to those who live in death. The beast clergyman, found at the bestial sanctum in the distant east, collects and devours these roots. On the night of the dire plot, the stolen rune of death enabled the first death of a demigod. Later, the rune of death spread across the lands between, through the underground roots of the great tree, sprouting in the form of a death root. Okay, that's a lot to unpack. Let me think about that for a moment. So firstly, this is an item that we give to someone, to the east. The night of the dire plot, the stolen rune of death. So the rune of death was stolen. The first death of a demigod, which would probably be Godwyn from what I know from the game's intro. Rune of death was spread across the lands between through the underground roots of the great tree. Right, okay. Sprouting in the form of death root. Okay. Interesting, interesting. Thank you so much for the raid, Isaac Anzu. I really do appreciate it. Don't touch that drill, Isaac Anzu's studio audience incoming. I hope you had a wonderful time with your music stream. If you're not following Isaac Anzu already, or what are you doing? Go and fix that right now with the follow button at the top of chat and also the link in chat. I have worked with him previously on the cover I did of Ups and Downs, Slayer's theme from Guilty Gear Strive. And Isaac is also a pretty big fan of Souls games as well. So you raided into the perfect game. Yeah, thank you so much for the raid. I really do hope that you had an amazing time with your stream. We just finished up a dungeon here, and we're just going through all of the item descriptions of the loot that we acquired. Because I'm a big lore head for Souls, so I'm making sure to be thorough, and I'm just thinking about this item description here, Death Root, because I'm making some connections in my mind between the Rune of Death being stolen and the death of the first demigod being Godwyn, who was assassinated on the Night of Black Knives. And that makes sense because we did just fight a Black Knife assassin, so there's a bit of a connection between getting this item and also the boss we had to fight, you know, to get the chest. But yeah, thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. If you got a raid and run, totally understandable. Want a raid and lurk, understandable as well. Just make sure to prioritize your own self-care first and foremost. And just in case you're new to the stream here, hi, I'm Lumi, Hot Lady Knight VTuber. I do playthroughs of RPGs and story-driven titles, but I dabble in a lot of variety games as well. And this here is my first time playthrough of Elden Ring. Please no spoilers for any lore, upcoming bosses, areas, NPC interactions, or NPCs. I want to be as blind as possible. I am referring to an area guide though, just so that I make sure that I'm not missing anything significant and I'm progressing through the NPC quest lines. And yeah, I'm just trying to learn all of the lore as well. There's a lot going on for me. I'm trying to absorb everything all at once. So please do forgive me if I'm not like as chatty and looking at chat, because I got a lot to process here. So yes, I'm going to keep this item description in mind, because this seems to be pretty important. Right, the Rune of Death spread across the lands between through the underground roots of the Great Tree, sprouting in the form of Death Roots. So I wonder then if the Rune of Death was incorporated into this Great Tree. Or yeah, like at the roots. Sprouting in the form of Death Root. Okay, so yeah, basically, the more undead we see, they're a consequence of Death Root and the Great Tree, which is not the Erd Tree, from what I understand, unless they are the same thing, but I don't know that yet, so, you know, I'm gonna keep that ambiguous. No spoils. No explaining the lore to me, because I'm trying to uncover it for myself. Okay, and then we got the Assassin's Crimson Dagger, which is a talisman, I think. An assassin's dagger, misshapen and stained in crimson. Critical hits restore HP. This charm is modeled after the darkly gleaming blades used in the Night of Black Knives, those which gave the demigods their first taste of death. Yeah, so there's another mention of that event there, where Godwyn was killed. Okay. And then we got the Blood Rose. Blood-slick roses that bloom in blood-soaked soil. Material used for crafting items. Particularly beloved by those who serve the Lord of Blood. Glory to his inevitable reign. And Human Bone Shard. Fragment of bone with dun mottling. Material used for crafting items. Found by hunting those who live in death. Lamentably brittle, it crumbles at the lightest caress. And we got a scripture wooden shield, sorry. A small wooden round shield. It is light and easy to handle, but cannot offer the damage negation of a metal shield. An ancient cipher engraving lines the circumference. Though it isn't much, it boosts holy damage negation. And the skill is parry, which is pretty self-explanatory. Alright, and then we also got the Uchi Katana, which I'm very, very happy to have. A katana with a long, single-edged curved blade. A unique weapon wielded by the samurai from the Land of Reeds. The blade, with its undulating design, boasts extraordinary sharpness, and its slash attacks cause blood loss. And the skill is Unsheath. Skill of swordsman from the Land of Reeds. Sheath blade, holding it at the hip in a composed stance. Follow it with a normal or strong attack to perform a swift slash attack. So the Land of Reeds is basically just Japan from what I know. It is just Japan in the Elden Ring universe. Lots of black knives here. Exactly. Alright. Actually, what are its stats? I should probably look at that as well. 15 dex, 11 strength. Can use it already. Perfect. Could I equip it without getting to a heavy roll? That is my question. Oh, here it is. No, I am on a heavy roll now. Okay. I guess I'll get rid of the... I really want to use all of these weapons right now, but I don't want a heavy roll, so... And I don't want to remove any armor, for that matter. Choices to make, choices to make. I think I will get rid of the Lordsworn's Greatsword for now. And put the Uchigatana in that slot. Here, let's look at its moveset. Right, that is like a 5-6 hit combo, and then of course there's 2 heavy attacks. Or does it go into more heavy attacks? Nope. And of course there's charge heavy. And weapon skill. Very cool. Alright. Well, we got our loot, it's time to leave. No lore spoilers, could I offer an item suggestion? Certainly. Return to entrance. So I believe that we got everything here. We got the talisman, we got the Uchigatana, we got a bunch of items related to those who live in death, and we also got a, bit of lore there. Especially about the death root. Alright, definitely want to upgrade that a little bit, but we're going to need to get upgrade materials for it. There's a lantern you can equip to your belt that almost fully replaces the torch. Ooh, okay, I will try to keep an eye open for that. I don't need fire damage negation at the moment, so I will just equip the Assassin's Crimson Dagger. I'm still thinking about that death root. I'm like, what does it mean? What do they mean by this? I'm still thinking about it. But it'll make more sense as I read more item descriptions and learn more about the Knight of Black Knives. Like, yeah, what if someone took the Rune of Death and, like, put it in the Great Tree or something? Find a bit later, don't think you'll miss where it is. Okay. Talk to more NPCs? Exactly. Yes, NPCs and item descriptions. Those are the most important things for understanding the lore of Souls games. Alright, let's take a stretch and hydrate break now, because that was redeemed by Telv. And afterwards, I think we might want to go up here and then also check this out here, get that loot from that chest there. There's also supposedly an NPC around either here or here. We still have to go to that Church of Marika in order to get the Flask of Wondrous Physic that we know about. There's another dungeon along here, I believe. That we got a lot to do. Hey Fizz! Look, I got the Uchigatana. And we just cleared out this dungeon. Does the dialogue change? No, it doesn't. Okay. Well, yes, I'm gonna take a little stretch and hydrate break here. Let me just sit down at this grace to do that. And thank you for the patties, Fez. Sit down at the grace, taking a little break. My character's taking a break. And also, I'm gonna take a break. And, give Fizz all the shout-outs that he deserves. Okay, I will see you all in a couple minutes, and yeah, we're just gonna proceed along our list of things that I want to get done in Limgrave. We're making lots of really good progress. Thank you so much for being here, everyone. I really, really do appreciate it, and we'll be back with more Elden Ring in a couple minutes. I'll see you all then. Take care. And I am back. Thank you so much for your patience, everyone. I really do appreciate it. Let's continue on with our adventure. After I look at that item description one more time, I'm still thinking about it, okay? Girls allowed to ponder the death route. Welcome back. Thank you, Fez. Who you have to beat to get the... Or who do you beat to get a talisman pouch? You start with one. Or at least the Vagabond class does. I've already had one. Like, I started the game with one. Which, yeah, hopefully I'll be able to get more at some point. And we can start equipping some more talismans, because I did point out in the first stream, I think, it looks like you can have about 5 talismans at max, so that could be pretty handy. Okay. Yeah, so firstly, yes, also, need to draw attention, dire plot! It was intentional. It was, I mean, obviously an assassination is intentional, but someone is scheming against the demigods, and it's a matter of who. Who perhaps could that be? We'll have to find out. Right, so let's go up here now. So I want to check out what that is. And also if we go up here, then we can also then like jump down and grab that item that's supposedly on top of there. Oh, come on, Torrent, let's go. Oh wait, can I get a level actually? I probably could. I didn't even check. Well, I'm sure we'll find a grace soon enough. It's like I'm playing Monster Hunter with all this gathering I'm doing. Yeah, how is one to get up here? Oh, I guess along the path just down the road. So actually, I need to... I could just fast travel, but let me put a marker here and go towards that one. So we met the Depressed Maiden. We also met the Ash of War Knight merchant. And we also beat the Bell-Bearing Hunter that shows up at nighttime at that shack. And of course we met Pot Friend as well. Gotta meet Pot Friend. Right. I hate that I can't check my map if I'm considered to be in combat, or like a combat area. But obviously if I'm looking at my map, I'm gonna get whacked by the enemies. Oh! Hey wolves. Bye wolves. So yeah, it should be along the path this way now, if... Oh, please let me open my map. I don't have time to fight every single thing. Oh, except what the hell is that? I have to kill it. I don't know what it is, but it has to die. For lore, okay? That's the excuse they'll use, it's for lore. In case, like, you know, anything drops an item description, like an item that has a description that tells me more about what creature it is. Right. Yes, we are going the correct way. I'm gonna remove that waypoint now. Tarnished ahead. Oh, it's like a coliseum. This wasn't on my, like, list of things to do this stream. This was just like a genuine, what is this place? I want to check this out on my stream. By ranged battle. Oh, necklace enemy. Recusant Henricus. The NPC summon, or invader. Let's see. How good is the AI? Pretty good. They're even like, they're doing jump attacks and everything. Just one more hit. Yeah! Got your roll. Haha. Recusant vanquished. We got the hammer talisman for that. Okay. Likely tarnished. And fire! I think that skill was eruption that they were using. By ranged battle, likely close quarters battle. Beware of tarnished butthole. Be wary of enemy. Oh, okay, competitive multiplayer. Use Duelist's Furled Finger to write a red summon sign. Competitive multiplayer will begin once you have been summoned by a player from another world. You will take the role of an adversary, Duelist, and your objective is to defeat the host of fingers who summoned you. I see, it's for PvP. Duelist's Furled Finger. Can I go in here? So I'm guessing this is where a lot of PvP takes place then. It's like, you want PvP? Here's your PvP area. Alright, let's take a look at this here. The Duelist's Furled Finger. Item for online play. Can be used from the multiplayer menu. Creates a summon sign for competitive multiplayer. Arrive as an adversary, Duelist, with the objective of defeating the host of fingers, the world to which you were summoned. A finger of corpse wax, furled like a hook. The bronze adornments are the mark of a duelist. Okay. And then the small red effigy. Item for online play, used in the multiplayer menu. Sends a competitive summon sign to several summoning pools, activated pools only. In competitive multiplayer, your objective will be to defeat the host of fingers of the world to which you were summoned. And then Hammer Talisman. A talisman depicting a hammer and a knight. Enhances stamina, reducing attacks against a blocking opponent. Hammers are highly effective against shield-bearing foes, so much so that they are known as Knight Killers. Me using a mace throughout the entirety of Dark Souls 2. I was killing knights. Okay, that description doesn't really tell me much about what does. Stamina reducing attacks against blockers. That should just be like guard breaking, right? That'd be a better way of describing it. That kid named Finger. Yeah, they know. Yeah, in Elden Ring, they changed the wording of it to just be improved guard breaking. You know, against, people who are like holding up a shield. And I think that is far better wording than how it's done here in Elden Ring. Precious item ahead. No horse ahead. Visions of bug. Okay. Sorry, I just got scared. I think when the neighborhood dogs started barking, it scared the life out of me. Didn't expect hope. Letting people lose more stamina from your attacks while worn, basically. Yeah. Didn't expect hope. Be wary of trio, so to speak, liar ahead. Are there more enemy invaders here? Liar ahead. We will go into the arena, it's just like, you know me, I have to search the perimeter first. You don't get forced into PvP if you go into the building? Yeah, I was thinking that. Something ahead. What do they mean with all these messages? But yes, we will go in the building. I'm just like investigating the perimeter. Because why not? Still no enemy. Still no door. No item ahead. And no, these messages are really just saying to me like, hey, just go through the door. Be wary of death. Would this be a jumping off? Hang on. Sneak over here. Oh! Death ahead. Okay. I'm not gonna push my luck. Everyone teasing each other for looking for secrets, exactly. Seek bravery. Like, that's me. I'm looking for secrets all the time. But yeah, Elden Ring seems to be very much a game where it's like, stuff is going to typically be in the place that's like really obvious because of the open world design. But that won't stop me from like checking every single corner to make sure I got everything. We could sword ahead. Like, what if this is a fake tree? The trees are fake. I hope that there is a site of grace inside here. Because I would like to spend my runes before I forget. There are definitely secrets, don't worry. Just that entire open world, so there's gonna be a lot of dead ends. Exactly. Much of every single inconspicuous spot had loot. Yeah, that would be ridiculous. Limgrave Coliseum. United combat and combat ordeals. To engage in combat with other players, touch the effigy of Marika at a Coliseum. United combat and combat ordeals can be undertaken in this venue. In United combat, two teams of fighters clash. Combat ordeals are all-out brawls in which every combatant is out for themselves. Was this added in an update? I'm pretty sure I think this was added in an update, maybe. Try Sorcerer. Try Rump. Still no Tarnished. And short visions of futility. This building was inaccessible originally, I see. And then, yeah, there's Enter Coliseum Combat as an option there, so... I mean, that's cool that, like, you have access to a dedicated PvP place, like, in Limgrave. So I'm glad that I checked that out, and also that was worth, like, getting the Hammer Talisman, so... not a waste of time, indeed. Get matched both with people reasonably near your level and players who only own weapons under a certain upgrade level. Yeah... Which, I'm not here for PvP. I've never really been a fan of PvP in Souls games. No arms ahead. But, like, that is cool for people who want that, obviously. As factors, they'll kick you up a tier difficulty. Yeah. I want to pick up all of the materials, damn it. No horse ahead. Death ahead. What? Wait, what did that one say? Liar head, therefore be wary of cliff. Be kind of a trap because there's +7, +8 weapon accessible fairly early, I see. Alright. Oh. Why are there fire slimes here? Why is it always fire? They're gonna explode, right? I always expect them to, like, explode on death. Oh, there's a lot of smoldering butterflies here. Perfect. I need these for my fire pots. Why is it always pickle? Behold dog. Alright, this is a really good smoldering butterfly gathering spot. I'm gonna mark this down as a gathering spot. Because, like, you know me. I need my fire pots. I used holy water pots in the catacombs to great effect. And that made me feel happy. This is like, yeah, I killed all the skeletons in one shot, and I didn't have to hit them a second time. Ooh, horse foe ahead. Why is it always enemy on horse? Sorry, I just love that message format. Why is it always? Why is it always knight on horse? Alright, charge heavy, boop. Charge heavy, boop. Charge heavy, boop. Oh, I missed. Charge heavy, boop. Nope, I missed. I just get you off your horse. There we go, get off torrent. And goodbye. Ooh, Ash of War Golden Vow. Yes! Godric Knight Armor. Yes! Some paladin-related stuff. Armor worn by knights loyal to Godric the Grafted. Its left breast is emblazoned with a two-headed war axe, an emblem of the golden lineage. The knights surely boasted of their strength in days long gone. Okay. And then Ash of War Golden Vow. I do know about this skill from Night Rain. This Ash of War grants an armament the Sacred Affinity and the following skill. Golden Vow. Skill passed down from antiquity among the knights of the capital. Raise armament aloft and pledge to honor the Erd Tree in battle, granting self and nearby allies increased attack power and defense, usable on all melee armaments. So I can make a holy weapon, essentially. Which is, you know, what I want to do. I don't want to make holy my primary damage type, because I'm a little bit traumatized from Dark Souls Remastered and making a Divine Longsword my main weapon. But it'd be nice to just, yeah, like have a holy weapon for when we fight those who live in death. I've also heard that a lot of late game bosses are resistant to holy. So, oh, full damage. Nope, no full damage. Nice, Slumber Smithing Stone. But yeah, I've heard that a lot of late game stuff can be pretty resistant to holy damage, so we're gonna build holy as like an option, but it's not gonna be our primary damage type the entire game. Like Elden Ring definitely feels like a game where you're sort of incentivized to have multiple weapons of different affinities. Faith is good for more than just holy, yeah. And we will be using, like, utility incantations and whatnot. We're not going to be leveling, like, our faith to, like, level 70 or whatever, but we'll be leveling it enough to access some, like, utility incantations. And I'm head, therefore try horse. Yep, that's why I came up here. Behold, friend. Okay. A lance! Perfect! Considered a type of great spear, this weapon has no blade, but instead features a long, conical body designed to pierce. Though heavy and hard to wield, this weapon displays its worth in horseback combat, whether mounted or even on foot. And the skill is Charge Forth. Quickly charge forward with the armament at the hip, carrying the momentum into a thrust. Hold to cover a greater distance. So yeah, this will be really, really nice for combat on Torrent. Alright, that was everything I wanted to do here, so I can remove that marker there. And next we're gonna go across this big bridge here. And we're gonna go to here, where presumably there is an NPC, from what I understand. From my little checklist here of things to do in Limgrave. Yeah, double jumping with Torrent does not prevent fall damage, it's just, I wanted to do it. There's a statue up there that I find quite curious, so if I cannot die to the dogs, I do want to see if I can get up there. I'm proud of myself. I haven't confused the controls for Night Rains once in this stream so far. Like, that's an accomplishment for me. I'm not trying to do, like, the surge sprint from Night Rain, where you click in the left stick to run really quickly. And, like, your run speed is faster than Torrent, it looks like, or it feels like. The Nightfarers are just built different. They can run faster, jump higher. Offer Tarnished. There, the statue was there. No-go burr zoomies, yes. In this game, when you click in the left stick, it just has you crouch. For, like, stealth gameplay. Yeah, I was curious about the statue, if there was anything of note with it. It is interesting, at least. They are holding something there. Just an interesting bit of, like, environmental storytelling, I suppose. I was wondering if there's going to be, like, some gameplay benefit tied to it. Like, oh, interact with the statue, and John Elden Ring will be like, I'm proud of you. Have 10 free levels. I'm like, oh, well, thank you, John Elden Ring. Should be able to interact with it? It didn't let me. Oh, shit, I'm gonna have to go up again. It should take me, like, 2 seconds to do. What does this one say? Lump sort ahead. Oh, right, yeah, that was Alexander. I just want to grab all the little shinies. Okay, not this one anymore? I don't know. But I'm assuming from your message that I should just keep an eye out for those kinds of statues. Like, I wouldn't consider that a spoiler. That's just like a general tip of like, oh, those statues are, like, beneficial. Can combat please end? I want to pull up my map in peace. They're helpful? Okay. We could explore more of, like, this field around here. There's also, like, a lake here, I think, that we could check out. Yet again, this isn't stuff on my to-do list. This is just, like, me genuinely wanting to explore. I can't interact with it. Not yet, anyway. Alright, so we're gonna head towards marker number 2 that I have set up. Supposed to work. How am I meant to interact with it, then? It's just the standard interact button, right? Or it could also be tied to story progression. Do keep that in mind. Because I have not progressed in the main story at all. Other than getting Melina. Or, like, you know, having met Melina, and that's pretty much it. Like, I don't have access to the game's hub area yet, or anything, so... Oh, Deathbird! Oh, shit. Hang on, I want to grab all the goodies. Oh, that was bad. Alright, so if I drink a flask, that revives Torrent, no? Yes, it does. Okay, well, I will mark this as a spot with a boss. But, we're not gonna fight them now. Unless there's a Grace nearby, but I don't think there is. Okay, no, there we go. I messed up my muscle memory. I tried to surge sprint. Alright, I'm free. Let's put a marker there for like a boss. And that can be a reminder for me to check that out later. Fall damage. Nope, surprisingly not. Oh, alright, yeah, this is where we met Alexander. We didn't explore around where we met Alexander. In fact, he's moved now. There's these creatures. Should probably kill them to see if they drop anything useful for me. But I also don't want to die right now. Alright. Yeah, so we're going up to that bridge there. But also, like, if I spot something, then I'm gonna run towards it, no matter what. Ooh, healing scarab. Just what I needed. I like that I dragged the katana against the ground there, because it's so long. Gosh, I needed that. Oh, and a grace. Perfect. Madness ahead. Oh, I see. There's an enemy ahead there. I'm just gonna put a level into endurance, or like 2 levels into endurance. There we go. And that's like the pumpkin head that we fought before. Remove this here. Oh, actually, let me put the Ash of War that I have on this weapon. Uchigatana, we're gonna put, yes, a Golden Vow on it, so it makes it primarily faith scaling at that point. Oh, I can make it standard scaling as well. Right. Just have to double check. I want to look at the description of the Ash of War again, please. How do I do that? I guess that would be in my inventory. I want to read what Golden Vow does again, because it doesn't enchant your weapon with Holy, right? Oh, actually, I could just read it here. Skill Golden Vow. So it gives you attack power and defense. So it doesn't give you holy damage, or sacred damage. Yeah, I'm gonna give it sacred damage. And I have my longsword just for standard damage. Yeah, Golden Vow. Still no head. Bloodstain? Why is it always weak foe, but didn't expect Bloodstain? Teasing people for dying. Weak foe. Introspection required a head, but only if only I had a head. Spirit Spring ahead. Right. I just really want to land jump attacks. And there we go, that is Bleed doing its thing. Pumpkin Helm! Raise the head! I have a head now. Oh, we also got the Sanctuary Stone, which is presumably rare. A rare piece of stone fragment found near places where ruins have fallen from the sky. Material used for crafting items. It feeds and strengthens the light as it shines. And then, yeah, we got Big Hat. An oval helm large enough to cover any head. Very heavy and very hard. Reduces damage from headshots and impacts. The inside of the helm is pitch black, keeping the crazed warrior within from panicking. Perhaps its rather roomy interior also helps alleviate feelings of pressure and claustrophobia. Well, Yeah, I mean, that's fair. So if someone says, can you beat Elden Ring while blind? You just equip that, and you're like, well, technically, you're blind, you can't see anything in it. It'd be funny if it altered your game view to make you literal blind. Then the people who just want to wear it for fashion would be upset. Still no rump. Likely rump. Merchant ahead. Big foe ahead, yeah. Oh, it is a merchant. Hello, Nomad. How are you this fine day?
Oh dear. Am I terribly sorry. Are you here as a customer?
Yes, I am. Do you have anything of note? Another cracked pot, which I would want. Warrior's cookbook, short sword, halberd, some arrows, a bandit mask, and note on the flame chariots. Let's take a look at this. Nomadic Warrior's cookbook. Crafting techniques left by roaming nomad warriors. Contains knowledge for surviving in the face of utter scarcity. We get pickled turtleneck, poison bone arrow, the fletched poison bone arrow, and poison bone bolt. Forgive me. Bandit mask. Mask of black cloth that covers the mouth. Favored by bandits for hiding their faces, it also provides some protection against poison. Note on the flame chariots. A note sold by a nomadic merchant contains information about flame chariots. Further details available only to paying customers. We will buy that. Alright. And I'll just read the turtleneck description. I think I've gotten one of these before, but I'll still read it anyway. Turtleneck meat pickled in a bitter medicinal solution. Craftable item. Temporarily boosts stamina recovery. The nutrients churn through the body, practically boiling out endless power. Minecraft Pumpkinhead, but you're fighting Lothric twins with it? Oh no.
I must apologise. I'm afraid I've very little to offer.
Oh, no, it's okay. You're doing your best. Like, stuff sucks here in the lands between. While we listen to this lovely music played by our merchant friend, let's look at this note that we just paid for. Note sold by a nomadic merchant imparting knowledge in brief. Beware the fire monk's chariots bearing the faces of giants. A well-aimed blow to the chimney on top may prove effective, but opportunities for a plunging attack will be rare indeed. Oh my god, plunging attacks! Alright. When I heard this music, I sat alongside him and listened, yeah. Let's turn off the Limgrave music so I can hear the song, like, even better. Okay. Let's use the golden runes. I was there for a long time. Aw, that's nice.
Oh, is there anything wrong?
Sorry to interrupt again, I just wanted to quickly get the cookbook and the cracked pot. And we got a turtleneck, sure.
I must apologise. I'm afraid I've very little to offer.
Alright, we got some more crafting recipes. Let's just make another fire pot. That's all we need for now. Okay, and equip out Uchigatana again, like this mission, because he sells the bandit mask, and I like the fashion. Exactly. And also he has a nice voice and he plays nice music, so like, a friend indeed. Alright, that wasn't the NPC that we're looking for, but it is nice that we found them. In Night Rain, because there is climbing in that game, you can just climb up the flame chariots to attack the chimney and instantly kill them. But yeah, in this game we will have to create opportunities to do that, since there's no climbing. Oh no, not undead. But we do have a sacred weapon now, so... it's not imbued with sacred power, so we do have to hit them while they're down still, but at least we are doing more damage to them. Thanks to Sacred. The new Elden Ring let us do that. I thought it was a Night Rain original thing. Oh. That note that we bought from that merchant does imply that you can do it in this game. Ow. Can I parry you? Sure can. And with my current talisman, we do want to be going for critical hits as much as possible. Don't give up. Still no armament. Yeah, where's the Zweihander? Hey, Franium dude, thank you. I'll just set up in the base game though, yeah. Yes, I love that talisman. We did just acquire it, and since we only one talisman slot for now, and its effect is pretty significant, it's just nice to have that extra healing. Hope you're doing alright. Oh, I think this is the NPC I was looking for, yes. I'm gonna put away my weapon. You know, it's not very kind to talk with a weapon out.
Is there? Death has left its mark once again. Ah, a tarnished, are you? I'm known as D. I hunt down those who live in death and weed their death root. Heed my warning. The village here has been touched by death, and worse yet, it is home to a mariner. If you value your life, then go no further. The village here has been touched by death. Turn back while you still can. The village here, turn back.
Okay, so this is D, Hunter of the Dead. And if we look on that body there, we can see what looks like a bit of death root growing out of them, perhaps? Ah, God. All ahead, but be wary of rot. Oh, it's an ass joke, I say. Not funny. Frenium dude saying, I'm okay, how's Elden Ring going? It is going very well, thank you. Still in the early game here. And making sure to find everything, talk to every NPC. We're trying to be as thorough as possible. Since, you know, it's the first playthrough, we gotta really enjoy it for what it is. D Hunter, the one and only, exactly. What is he holding in his hand? It's like... Actually, this is what I've got the telescope for. What you got there? Like a head of some sort? Point is, so this is the village down here that he was talking about. And there is a boss there, yes. The Tiber Mariner, I believe. Thank you, Fizz, for the binoculars emote. But like Lautrec's armor? Yeah. Hopefully not a traitor. We'll have to see, we'll have to see. Okay. So I can remove this now because the map just shows me D's location. And Tiba Marina sauce. So we could either do that, or we could investigate any of our hundreds of other markers here I've got across Limgrave. Let me go and upgrade my Uchigatana. Let's do that. And just like Queen Marika used to make. She's missing now. Alright. So Uchigatana. We have enough Smithing Stone 1 to get it to +1. Right, is my longsword is at max of what it can be right now, right? I believe it is, because the game even told me, like, hey, this thing is at max for now. This was at, like, +4, I think. Or equipment... Or, sorry, +3. Alright. Yeah, let's head back, and we'll help with... we'll help D clear out that village. Besides, I am playing Holy Paladin, and, you know, Holy Paladin gotta kill those who live in death. Clear out those, we already read those item descriptions, we don't gotta read them. Didn't realize you went with Vagabond, but it makes sense. Because Knight, yeah, exactly. I've always picked Knight or the equivalent in FromSoft games. No need to kill Pumpkinhead again. We already got the drop from them. Although, the game is getting a Nintendo Switch 2 port, and when it does get that port, there's going to be an update to the game on all other platforms with the Switch exclusive, or not Switch exclusive content, but the content that is being added with the Switch release. And some of that includes some new starting classes, which are also knights, which I think is awesome, but obviously having like 3 starting classes that are all knights is maybe a bit much. There's also like some new fashion that's being added and torrent customization. So yeah, I'm kind of waiting for when the Switch 2 port comes out, because then, you know, here on PC we'll get the same update. So I'm eagerly awaiting that. And hopefully the new starting classes you can get the equipment just by exploring, so we could obtain it mid-playthrough. 3 more starting classes before the game came out? Ah, I see. Right, so let's mark this village here, and we'll travel along. Oh, there's another side of Grace. Silly me, I did not see it. And I see the Tiba Marina over there. Something ahead. Is there a way to uncraft my fire pots? Because I want to make them into holy pots, but I guess I would just have to throw them to use them all. It'd be nice if I could like decraft them to crack pots and then swap them over. Or the Switch port is awful unless you leave it docked. Okay. We'll have to see when like the whole thing is out. Because the Dark Souls Remastered port on Switch was very, very good. The only problem I had with it was just the fact that they heavily decompressed the audio, but it was never something that was like super noticeable after you played with it, you know, for like a couple of minutes and just adjusted to. Fine, yeah, I will just throw fire pots at the Tiber Marina, I guess. But I know playing this game on the Steam Deck isn't, like, super perfect either, so... The price of portable Elden Ring is steep. Why is it always weak foe? I love that message. Summon Water Village. So this has been taken over by the undead. And D is saying, like, hey, don't come here. But I've never been one to listen, so... That's the boss right there. Hopefully I can get a skill to imbue my weapon with Sacred, so I can not have to hit the enemies while they're down. Should probably clear out the boss first and then... Yeah, so these are the death roots, it looks like. Clear out the boss first and then, like, explore the rest later. I think would be a decent approach. Although, there's something here. Smithing stone, perfect. Now let's just try and take on the boss here. Hi there. Oh, bye. Oh no, you're calling the undead, aren't you? Yep. Let me buff myself. The fire pots are doing okay damage, you know. I'd obviously prefer if I made them holy pots, but you can't uncraft them. I like that this is basically acting as a tutorial for like first-time Souls players, like, hey, sacred damage has utility against the undead. God, I have to use my skill again to get the buff going. I think they can be staggered, but not riposted. Yeah. So I can just do a charge heavy, I guess. 2 charge heavies, back off. Oh, I did not back off far enough. Just a bit of a spacing issue. Oh, there we go. Does that kill all of them? It does. And we got another death root for that. And skeletal militian man ashes. Yeah! I'm so happy I can summon my own army of skeletons. Yeah, another death root. Let's take a look at this. Ashen remains in which spirits yet dwell, used to summon the spirits of 2 skeletal militiamen. These are the spirits of militiamen who live in death, and will continue to rise again until properly finished off. This is the grotesque fate of those who come into contact with Deathroot. Alright. And yeah, we got another death root, which I was really pondering over this item description because, like, you know, talking about this whole plot of, like, stealing the Rune of Death. And it seems like that plot is also related to the Knight of Black Knives where Godwyn was assassinated, since this mentions the first death of a demigod. So, you know, it's got my lore brain going wild, thinking about, like, oh, like, what could this mean? Who organized the plot? Who killed Godwyn? Who or what shattered the Elden Ring? There's so many mysteries to uncover. When I do that, I like to face the camera or farm as they collapse. That's fair, yeah, or like hidden emotes. Speaking of which, we did actually get some emotes, especially from our pod friend, Triumphant Delight. Point forwards, jump for joy. I'll swap out jump for joy with Triumphant Delight. So goofy. Like my character, you know, has their bloodied, serious face, trying to act silly. So we do want to kill turtles to get the neck meat for pickled turtlenecks as the stamina consumable. Necessary item ahead. So yeah, this is what we need the stone sword keys for. Fire head. Tarnished ahead. Yeah, I'm sorry, turtles. Turtle neck meat. A splendid, lengthy cut of turtle neck meat. Material used for crafting items. Considered an especially nutritious ingredient in the south, with lands between. Interesting that the "in" there is capitalized. At least the I in it is. I think that is a typo, unless it's not. Unless it's intentional, who knows? Yeah, sorry, turtles. You know, if I want to craft all those consumables, I gotta do what I gotta do. Let's head back to D now, after I explore this a bit more. Maybe a translation error, I don't know. There are, like, lore enthusiasts who like to always go by the Japanese text for item descriptions, so you'll find that most places that document them will have the Japanese item descriptions. That's just a bit of trivia. Generally, I always just refer to the English translations for item descriptions and lore. But if there are, like, discrepancies, then typically I learn about that. More undead. Okay. I wanted to see if there was, like, anything else of note at these ruins. Other than the stone sword key. I will mark that down, actually, so I don't forget. And put... I guess a treasure chest to indicate I need to use a stone sword key there. I'm holding on to them for now. Oh, ow. Hi there. These bugs, they're so annoying. Great dragonfly head, which is a very nice crafting material. So apparently D, the Hunter of Undead, can turn up around the south of the Summon Water Village. So that's why I put a marker there. But obviously I don't think he's going to be around there. Oh, is that a scarab I hear? That's a healing one. Oh my god, please. Scarab is being annoying today. Yeah, I think that's everything here. So we should go back to D. I'm just like, oh, what if there's, like, something else I'm missing? Because my problem is that all of these ruins look the same, so in my head they, like, all blend together. So if there's, like, a specific ruin that has a specific chest in it, my brain just kind of skips over it. There was a message here. No item ahead. But why is it always beautiful? Because we're playing Elden Ring. And even if we don't get items from exploring to a certain spot, at least we get the experience of having been there. Behold, friendship. Going to pick with purists that swear by literal Japanese text. But why is spoilery? Okay. Yeah, as I said, I always refer to the English text for lore stuff. But, like, if there's a discrepancy between the two, I normally find that as, like, a bit of trivia. It's like, oh, in the Japanese, you know, it says, like, this term instead of this. You know, but never anything, like, significant. At least in the Dark Souls trilogy, I don't think there were any instances of, like, the Japanese text being so vastly different than the English. Alright. Yeah, if there's anything else here, then I guess I'll just look it up off-stream. Because that's also another rule of thumb I like to have for Souls games, is if I've explored a place, I'm allowed to look up the location to see if I missed something there. Oh, actually, D is right here. Did my map update with that? No, it didn't. Yeah, so the map does not update when an NPC moves unless you go and talk to them. But hey D, I got rid of the Mariner.
Another fool who won't listen to reason, eh? But with a prowess for weeding Deathroot. How would you like to earn the strength of beasts? If you're inclined to hunt more of those who live in death and weed their death root, then I'll introduce you to Garank, the beast clergyman. I have a matter of my own to attend to, and the beast himself wishes for someone to take my place. What say you?
Sure.
Very well. Show me your map. I've marked the location for you, of a hidden gateway. It will lead you to Garank, the beast clergyman.
Red mark was made on the map.
I have a matter of my own to attend to. I spotted the mark of the centipede here in the village. An ill-omened symbol that should not be. Someone or something threatens the sanctity of the Golden Order and must be eradicated. What is it? Still milling about? The map indicates where the gateway is hidden. It will lead you to Garank, the beast clergyman. What is it? The map indicates it will lead you to Garank.
Okay. So here is the sending gate. I don't know if I want to check that out just yet or not. Remove that marker there. Alright. Okay, that is something of note. Did we try Knight's Cavalry again? No. I'm trying to think. Anything else I want to do? There's an NPC we can meet roughly along this road, and then how about we go to the Third Church of America and we wrap up the stream there, because I'm assuming there will be some grace there. Alright, and we can go and meet the Beast Clergyman some other time. I don't know when. But it seems like, yeah, D is an NPC who is going to have a quest line like relating to hunting the undead. And hopefully I get to learn more about the Golden Order during that time. Although, apparently the Golden Order's collapsed. But it seems like there are still those who believe in its principles. What was it that told us that the Golden Order collapsed? It was an NPC. I don't remember. Was it Knight Bernal? Yeah, I think it was Knight Bernal. Apparently along the road there is an NPC here that's gonna call out to us.
Hello? Is anybody there? Someone who might be interested in rescuing the great Kennyfight, servant to the true order and celebrating repudiator of the false. Oh, Erdtree, grant me succor.
Alright. I'll save you, Kennyfight.
Someone who might be interested in rescuing the great Kennyfight, servant to the true order and celebrated repudiator of the false. Oh, Erdtree, grant me succor.
Where are you, Kennyfight? Magic Grease.
Is anybody there? Someone who
It's
might
just
be
gonna keep
interested in
repeating it.
rescuing the great Kennyfight, servant to the true order and celebrated repudiator of the false. Oh, Erdtree,
Oh, Erdtree.
succor.
Okay. There we go.
Hello? Is anybody there?
I'm here!
Someone who might be interested in rescuing the great Kennyfight, servant to the
Are you on
true
top?
order
Where
and
are you?
celebrated repudiator of the false. Oh, Erdtree,
Oh, Erdtree!
succor.
Okay, seriously, where are you? If I have to hear you say your name...
Hello? Is anybody there?
Oh my god, Kennyfight, I know!
Interested in rescuing the great Kennyfight, servant to the true order and celebrated repudiator of the false. Oh, Erdtree, grant me succor!
Yeah, height is in his name, so I guess this is in character, but hey. Hi, Kenneth Height.
Hello? Is anybody there?
Are you blind?
Someone who might be interested in rescuing the great Kenneth Height, servant to the true order and celebrated repudiator of the false. Oh, Erdtree, grant me succor! Ah, you've come to lend me your aid, have you? Well, that's very kind, but, no. No, the help is very much appreciated, even from a tarnished. Despite appearances, nobility is no prerequisite to serving the true order. You might have heard of me, Kenneth Height. Next in line is the rightful ruler of Limgrave, young Tarnished. I would have a boon of you. I want you to take back my fort. It lies to the south, beyond the Mistwood. A knight commander from Stormvale took it. A fool! And plumb mad to boot. Simply obsessed with blood. What are you waiting for? A kiss goodbye? My fort lies to the south, beyond the Mistwood. Take it back for me. Oh, I see. You wish to know the reward. Fret not. The great Kenneth Height is known for his considerable largesse. The celebrations will be lavish indeed upon the dawn of my fort's retrieval. Yes. Now, allow me to furnish you with a little advice. I would take great care to avoid Godric's tarnished hunts were I in your shoes. That depraved lot are obsessed with sacrificing tarnished like you for the sake of grafting. Honestly, Godric's nothing more than a jumped-up country bumpkin. Lord? Oh, don't make me laugh. First, he hid himself amongst the womenfolk to flee the capital, then hid from Radahn in that castle. Then he insulted Melania, lost to her in battle, only to lick her boots rather than die like a man. Has he no shame, the big girl's blouse? And to think, he's the blood of Godfrey, last of the golden lineage. Though you almost wouldn't know it to look at him. Yeah, I almost feel sorry for the chap the more I think of it. What are you waiting for? A kiss goodbye? My fort lies to the south.
Alright, that's just repeating dialogue.
What are you waiting for? My fort
That is some interesting lore about Godric there. So that is like the lost in line of Godfrey, who was assassinated on the night of Black Knives, if I recall correctly. And the mention of Radahn and Melania as characters.
What are you waiting for? My fort lies to the south, beyond...
Okay. I mean, it's high. He is high up there. Hey Katsugo, nice to see you around. No enemy ahead.
What are you waiting for? My fort lies...
Alright, well, we will take back his fort next time. Because... I was thinking of wrapping up there, really. Kenneth Height, Limgrave Heir. Haven Larkin, Noah's End. Yeah. Okay. I think I did see, like, a scarab over there, or the Gold of Grace. I just want to go and, like, do that. Oh no, I said I wanted to go to the Church of America. Right. I wanted to do that. Well, there'll probably be a grace there, so let's go there and wrap things up. I really want to keep playing, I really want to keep streaming, but I don't want to push myself too hard. Be wary of giant. Oh, hang on, I need to equip my Uchigatana again. And I still have some flasks, so I could fight that giant if I wanted to. Yeah, sure, why not? Because bleed should do its thing here and make this fight pretty easy. Nope, I missed my jump attack. Okay, I can do a jump attack off the torrent. I did not know that. The more you know. No giant drops yet. I've been hoping for him, but be wary of giant. I'm guessing if I guess if I'm sprinting and then I dismount. Oh, I say it like that. Makes sense to me. Let's see if this church is safe or not. First off, good fortune, so to speak. Praise the shortcut. Be wary of giant. Church. Third Church of America. Lovable sort required a head. Let there be head. Seek hero. Yeah, just some extra dismount damage, exactly. Oh, I can talk to Melina. Yes, let's do that.
Spoken echoes linger here. Words of Queen Marika, who vanished long ago. If you wish, I will share them with you. Very well. In Marika's own words, my lord, and thy warriors, I divest each of thee of thy grace. With thine eyes dimmed, ye will be driven from the lands between. Ye will wage war in a land afar, where ye will live and die. Well, perhaps that might serve you in lieu of a maiden's guidance.
Okay, that's interesting. So America deprived a lord, or like a bunch of people of their grace, and sent them to a land afar to die. Huh. Interesting.
Shall I turn your runes to strength?
I want to hear
My
this
hand
dialogue
rests
again.
upon you. For but a moment, share them with me. Your thoughts, your ambitions, the principles you would follow.
Yeah, your thoughts, your ambitions, the principles you would follow. And for me right now, that would just be... Kind of faith, maybe? No. Point into... Put a point into strength. There we go. Thank you, Melina. Yeah, whenever she shows up, we should just, like, press the level up menu, if only just to hear her dialogue. Right, so this here is a statue of America. No tears ahead. Sacred tear. Are you ready? Oh, are you ready? I think I'm ready. And what's this here? Flask of Wondrous Physic. You can find crystal tears at the bases of minor Erd trees and elsewhere throughout the lands between. At sites of grace, you can mix 2 crystal tears in the Flask of Wondrous Physic. This will allow you to create elixirs with various custom effects. The Crimson Crystal Tear and Flask of Wondrous Physic. Hidden path ahead. Sending gate ahead. Oh, yes, yes. Yeah, we'll check that out next time. But let's read these item descriptions. Okay, so obviously we don't have to read the tutorial again, because I just did that. Magic grease. Solidified grease made from a mixture of magically resonant materials. Craftable item. Coats armament, adding magic to attacks. The effects lasts only for a short time. Alright, and then we have the Sacred Tear. Blessings of the Erd Tree, worshipped in the churches of all lands. This is but a faint vestige. Increases the potency of a sacred flask's restorative effects. Can be used after resting at a site of grace. During the age of the Erd Tree, these tears were used to spread the faith, for theirs was once a certain blessing. Okay. Interesting. Right, so these tears were, like, shared around to spread faith. Okay. Just double checking, making sure I'm downloading this lore into my brain. Alright. And then the Crimson Crystal Tear. A crystal tear formed slowly over the ages, where the Erd Tree's bounty falls to the ground. Can be mixed in the Flask of Wondrous Physic. The resulting concoction restores half of one's maximum HP. And of course, here is now the Flask of Wondrous Physic. A relic of the Physic Chemists, priests of the Erd Tree. Harnesses the powers of crystal tears, which only form after the passage of many moons. Various special effects are bestowed upon the drinker, dependent on the specific mixture of crystal tears. Rest at a site of grace to replenish. Basins are placed at the feet of minor Erd trees throughout the lands between, in order to collect their crystallized tears. Yeah, and we've seen those basins at the minor Erd tree that we saw at the Mistwoods. Alright. So Sacred Tear is like our flask upgrade material, essentially. It doesn't give us more flasks, but it, helps with their healing effects. Alright. Flasks. Increase amount replenished by flasks. We use the Sacred Tear. Alright, and I will equip the... Oh! The Flask of Wondrous Physic gets equipped for you. I appreciate that. I just want to move it real quick. Put it here instead, and... Let me make some holy pots, please. There we go. Put this here. I don't really intend to use many of these other consumables, like, all too often. Alright, let's try and mix some stuff together. Yeah, the Elden Ring devs are like, what if we added a third water bottle? Each Souls game is gonna have 4. Oh, there's 4 of them. Alright, mix Wondrous Physic. With this menu, you can mix 2 crystal tears in the Flask of Wondrous Physic. This will allow you to create physics with various custom effects. Alright, so... That's cool that, yeah, you can mix the effects. It's not like you're just getting one of them. You can have multiple at once. Stamina. Like, I could have one that gives stamina and strength. Or like charge attacks. Charge attacks plus strength could be like really fun. Like, a big bonk weapon. But what if we take half HP restoration and either stamina or strength? Let's do strength. I can kind of, imagine this is like, my trump card, it's like, oh, I'm out of flasks, like I'm out of sacred flasks. It's time to whip out this baby. Get me, half my health back, give me an attack boost, and hopefully be able to finish off any bosses. Alright, and now I just press OK? Or is that it? Oh, okay, so it's done now. And these are infinite use crystal tears, right? They don't get, like, consumed when I drink from it. I hope not. Okay, they're infinite. Thank goodness. Alright, that is cool. So, did I mix it correctly? Yes, I do have the attack buff. 1 drink per sit. So yeah, it's your special flask. It's your big flask. It's your big girl flask. Oh, I can actually alter the Godric Knight armor. Huh. And yes, I did see I can alter the Vagabond armor to remove the cape. Oh, actually, no, does that give you a different cape? I guess I'd have to look up an image of it. Because I can see, like, there's a blue scarf that's under the cape. I think it just removes the cape. I would keep the cape. I don't really need FP. I'm happy with having 5 healing flasks. I don't really need the FP one for now. Okay, yeah, we got a lot of lore stuff in this stream that's like I'm gonna have a couple of days to ponder over before the next Elden Ring stream. But yes, as promised, we're going to wrap up here. I need to remove this marker. Remove marker, remove that. So next time, we are going to obviously help out the one and only Kenneth Height, the heir to Limgrave. We're gonna help him get his fort back, which is there. We will check out the dungeon that's up here. We will also maybe try and take on Knight's Cavalry. I keep saying that, but every time I try it, I see that, they do a ton of damage to me, and I'm like, no, I'll save it for later. We can also check out the Sending Gate. I'm just worried that, like, this is gonna take me to, like, Caelid, and I don't really want to go to Caelid just yet. I do not want another forced vacation to Caelid, thank you very much. Yeah, we got some gathering spots marked, this boss marked. Yeah, I think that'll be that for the stream. We got so much good loot. We scroll through here. We started the stream getting the Twin Blade, I believe? So everything from the Twin Blade and above is stuff that we acquired this stream. Which is a lot of goodies, to say the least. And a tutorial on how to use bows. Really, really funny. We got the Sacred Uchigatana, which I'm very, very happy about. Now, obviously, just nice to have some access to holy damage. And obviously, like, if I don't want to use holy with it, I can just take off that Ash of War and just use it as a standard weapon. But I just have it primarily for fighting undead right now. We got our cracked pots. We got all that good stuff. Yeah, I really don't want to wrap up stream. I want to keep playing Elden Ring, but we have to do what we gotta do. 10 hours played. Alright. It is really cool. I like the design. Yeah, a scarlet rot-infested area from what Alexander told us. Hot friend. Alright, let's close out of the game. And can you believe this? We didn't die a single time in this stream. And you might be thinking, oh, well, Lumi, that's because, like, you didn't fight any bosses. No, we killed bosses. We killed Bell-Bearing Hunter, we beat a Black Knife Assassin. Like, obviously, we gave Knight's Cavalry a try again, but I retreated because it's like, this isn't really worth it. Point is, completely deathless Elden Ring stream. So I'm rather proud of myself for that accomplishment. Alright, let's head on over here. Thank you so much everyone for coming by the stream. Hope you all enjoyed some more Elden Ring goodness. Yeah, I'm looking forward to playing more. So it is currently Tuesday here in Australia. The next Elden Ring stream is going to be on Friday, so I have to survive through Wednesday and Thursday with no Elden Ring. That being said, I guess I could play Night Rain to, like, get that injection of Elden Ring gameplay into my veins. But that is enough for the original Elden Ring until Friday. I do intend to keep up with doing more Elden Ring streams at this time because I know that there's a lot of you, especially in other time zones, that want to catch the Elden Ring streams live. So these streams are kind of here for you people out on the, like, Middle West, is that right? Well, like, European time zones-ish, roughly around that time zone, like, European, Australian, Japan time zone type deal. But, yeah. Thanks for being here, everyone. Hatsuga says you beat a bell-bearing hunter. That's actually challenging. GG. Yeah, first try as well. I had to look up that, yes, they appear at the shack where you buy Ashes of War from Knight Bernhard? I think that's his name. Sorry, we met so many NPCs this stream. I'm trying to remember everything. But yeah, I'm really, really happy with my progress. And I would be happy if you checked out my socials and Discord server as well. Because I post my stream schedules there. I post just a whole bunch of other general stuff there. You know, if you want to be up to date with all the Lumi happenings, then those are your best places. Knight Bernal. Yes, sorry. Or Bernahal, is it? Yeah, Bernahal. Or Bernahal. It's kind of hard to say, but yeah, he's cool, I like him. And I like all the NPCs we met this stream. They're all really interesting characters, and I'm looking forward to following their quest lines. Thank you for the stream, Lumi. Thank you for being here, Fizz. Yes, this is the part of the stream where I thank everyone who came on by and supported the channel, and then we will go and find someone to raid off into, if anyone is even live at this hour, to say the least. First and foremost, thank you so much for being here, my amazing partner, Moon. Thank you so much for being here, V. Thanks for being here, Blair, Markachin. Thanks for being here, Iguana Bob. Thank you so much for being here, Telv. Thanks for being here, Isaac Anzun. Thank you so much for the raid. Thank you so much for being here, Tacticus, and thank you so much for the bits. Thanks for being here as well, Soroka. Did I say Fizz? Well, thanks for being here, Fizz. Thanks for being here, Freenium Dude. Thank you so much for being here, Katsugyo. And, there's so many other names I gotta catch. Ah! Oh, I'm taking mental damage. The point is that wherever you be here for a minute, an hour, the whole stream, you're just lurking or watching the VOD. Hope you had a nice time. And that includes people on YouTube. People will be able to watch this one on YouTube after the VOD expires here on Twitch. So, permanent archive of the streams. Yippee! Night Eepy, yes. Yes, that is me. I am Eepinously. You can tell, because, like, I start getting a little bit softer and quieter as I'm gradually losing energy. Alright, who can we raid into? That is a good question. Thank you, Tel, for the giant Lumiere. I appreciate it. We raid into this stream? Is it possible? Can we do that? Yeah, I guess we can do that raid. We're gonna raid into Dark Knight Draco, who right now is playing some Helldivers 2, which just came out on Xbox Series S and X, so there is a big lump of new Helldivers to the cause. I've still been playing a lot of Helldivers off stream, absolutely wonderful time. And let's just say that shit's not good for Super Earth right now. We have 3 ongoing major orders at the moment, which is wild to say the least. Yeah, that's right, 3 major orders happening all at once. So let's go and send some knightly power over to Dark Knight Draco. Get that raid up and going. And I will see you all later in the week. I'm not streaming tomorrow. I know that I normally do stream tomorrow at around this time, but I have other commitments on that day, so no stream tomorrow or the day after. I'll be back on Friday, my time zone, for more Elden Ring. Saturday, my time zone for more Elden Ring, and then Sunday for more Monster Hunter Rise. So one less stream per usual this week, but we'll be back to the normal schedule next week. Yeah, that's pretty much everything for me. Feel free to send raid messages if you can be bothered, and please have a lovely morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. Make sure to stretch and hydrate plenty, as I did throughout the stream. And the moral of this one is that knights are cool, and katanas are cool, and the undead should be killed. Got 'em. Alright, that's enough from me. Let's go wish Dark Knight Draco the best of luck with Helldivers too. See you all next time. Let's go. It's raid time, baby. Oh yeah. See you all next time. Bye bye.